I'm not expecting a big audience tonight at all. So I'm gonna hold off, see who comes in. When someone does get here, let me know if my audio is good, video's good, stuff like that. Hey Arturo, how are you doing tonight? Sue, how are you doing? Boa man, how are you doing? Good to see you in here. Hey, good to know, Sue. I appreciate you stopping in. Hey Benji, how are you doing, man? Ariel, there you are. I was kind of hoping you would show up. I kind of honestly thought about, I've got to kill my audio on that end. I honestly thought about either doing StreamYard or doing a live from my Roundup Rodeo channel, because after all, that one is bringing me in money. Glad you decided to join us, Boa man. Glad you're here. Hey Eric B, how you doing? Guys, this is like totally cool. Now be careful because this may be bright, but this is my little light panel. I picked this up at Best Buy for like $20, less than $20. And long story short, I charged it because I was hoping to get out and do some salamandering this weekend if things worked good. And this is the type of light that snaps on to like a selfie stick or something, or you can just hold it like outside to this side of whatever you're filming or photographing. And it works really well for like a supplemental light, but yet not something that's just head on, real bright, real rash. I'm not understanding for the life of me what the Cardi B references are about, Benji. You'll have to fill me in on that or something sometime. I think Cardi B is is Cardi B a rapper? Or is she an actress? Or is it an alcoholic drink? Heck, I don't know. Knocking stuff around in here is what I'm doing. Hey, good morning, Catbird. Good to see you jump on in. I've been, anyway, the story with the light. So I was charging it, and I unplugged it and plugged in my shredder because I had to shred some documents. And I knocked the light off the top. Gotcha, Eric B. Okay, thank you, Arturo. Yeah, exactly, Metal Mama Sue. If you're gonna go field herping in the winter, almost anywhere, salamanders are the game. Found some spotteds last year. A buddy of mine scored some ringed salamanders a couple weeks back. And I wish I would have went on that trip, but sadly I didn't. So anyway, how many candle power? That's a good question. It's 5 volt, Maximum 500 M capital AH. I used to know what those meant. What I know is it had 3 settings. And you push this little button here on the side, and it would go from bright to brighter to brightest, and then you push it again, and it goes off. What happened is I knocked it off the shredder over there. The damn thing's staying on. I figure at this point I'm just going to let the battery run itself out. No real reason to get worked up about it. I mean, $15 light panel. There's some bigger and better ones out there, a little more money. I just kind of got that to goof around with, and actually used it back in the summer when I was finding some rattlesnakes out west. I used that to get the lighting, the side lighting on some of them, and it really turned out better than I hoped, I'll say that. And I attached that to one selfie stick. I had a camera on another selfie stick and was just kind of angling things in. I don't know, this is the Digipower DP-VL50 catbird. Let me put that in the chat. I understand that, Sue. A lot of times you can look for earthworms and come up with salamanders, especially if you have the habitat that covers right. Don't know if it's going to be a super long live tonight. Like I said, when I started out this live, I caught part of Joe Challoner's live earlier. Had to be pulled away. Had a couple of questions that I asked in chat, didn't really get answered, but I'm neither here nor there. But anyway, I'm kind of just here in a zone, kind of like I need to be editing video. It's almost just more fun to go do a live. Kind of in another one of those creator slumps where I really don't want to do much of anything. Really having a lot of fun with my dog channel and my drone channel. I think that's because, like, for most of them, I just don't really worry about much. Like, I slap music on the drone stuff. It's that cheap YouTube music. And, with my dog stuff, I just, throw in a little narration. I don't do much there. You'd be surprised, Arturo. There's salamanders all the way up, I know, like in eastern Canada, there's salamanders up in places north of, like, New York, Maine, up in there. Salamanders will get active the moment it's like 33, 34 degrees Fahrenheit. I've seen it. I've road cruised a lot of them. Yeah, garter snakes too. The arm is doing well for the most part. They removed the final set of stitches this week. That's that red line. And they're going to keep an eye on it for about a month, maybe sooner. I'm waiting to hear from them. Hey, Gary. And then I'm going to find out if they're going to remove any more hardware. Hopefully this was the last of it, because I just don't care to go through that kind of mess again. Starting physical therapy this next week. And I'm not really looking forward to that, because I think I'm already doing most of the stuff they're going to have me do. like, you know, push your hand against a wall and lean and stretch and do this. And like they said that the finger movement was really critical to how much physical therapy you need to do. And I understand they're probably going to err on the side of caution, but I'm just like, you know, it's you know, neither here nor there. It's just kind of a wait and see what happens. Um, yeah, I don't know. I still don't know that for salamanders there's a too cold because they're all over like New York State, upland New York State, and then they stay buried most of the year. See, winter down here, that's about the only thing you can find unless it's a really sunny day. Then you flip rocks or boards, you can catch a fossorial, like a milk snake or a line snake or rough earth snake. Yeah, long-toed salamanders, that's right, Catbird. You've got video of them, and you're in British Columbia. I knew Canada had some species. I know, like in eastern Canada, there's probably more species. But I want to say tiger salamanders go really far. I want to say north, like in the central part of the United States. Like I want to say Minnesota, Wisconsin, stuff like that. Have newts in western Washington and southeast Alaska. I wonder if hey Catbird, do the long-toads range into the States or are those Canadian only? I'd be interested to know. I honestly don't do a lot of research on salamanders. They're really fascinating and they're really fun to herp when you start finding like, you know, 5 of them or 10 of them or 15 of them, and you start getting you know, like pockets of them and stuff, and they're on the move. And it's just kind of hard to make videos of that stuff. It's usually wet. You know, it's usually wet and cold. You know, salamanders inhabit vernal pools, which oftentimes you can find a lot of them by the sides of the road, not have to go hike that far. But then you're kind of also dealing with the, you know, if I drop my camera equipment or something, you know, I'm going to drop it in frigid cold water. And, you know, not that I do that or that I don't have things that, you know, can handle that, but it's just not my thing. I mean, I'd much rather be messing with rattlesnakes. You know, Sue, that's how I'm looking at it. That they said my flexibility was pretty good and that like I could move all the fingers on this hand. And so they said that probably I'll just be able to go in and get shown some exercises that I can do. And then they'll probably turn me loose and just tell me to do them every couple of days. What I found out is the place that I'm getting my physical therapy done, they don't like my insurance. Nobody likes anybody's insurance anymore. Everybody wants you to have the PPO, but everybody I know can only afford the HMO. So, right, Sue, I'm racking up a deductible here. But anyway, for, you know, my people that are like hardcore followers that like really watch every video I make, I've been uploading stuff from the Angry Aatrox over to Roundup Rodeo just because it's monetized. And then I'm seeing if I can't tilt the whole concept of that channel away from what it was originally intended to be. Because once again, I never counted on that channel getting big. I tried to grow this one. And anyway, long story short, it's just kind of like things fly around, things happen, and you're sitting there going, good gosh. You know, the channel you want to get popular and you designed to sustain popularity doesn't get popular. I mean, like, yeah, I hit 1,000 subs. Yeah, I went over that, but it's like this other channel that I was hiding just blasted past everything I've ever done. Not really griping about it because, I mean, you take your wins when you can get them in this thing. Oh, I agree, Sue. It's not even about the patient. It's about the doctors and what the insurance companies want, and it's just ridiculous. Yeah, Chris, man, I tell you, one of these days before it's all over, I'm going to get up to your neck of the woods. I hope you get down to mine. Because, man, I would like to go out and do a collab video with you. I think that'd be the ultimate. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to do a live and say, yes, I am working on some new stuff. I'm working on some different stuff that has nothing to do with snakes. I'm doing some stuff with photography, with like actual human models and stuff, and not as much landscape stuff. Although I do like the landscape stuff, but I kind of am doing some like portrait kind of work and headshot type stuff. Kind of wanting to hone in those photography skills. I used to be really, I don't want to say good at it, but I used to could do better photography than I could video. Of course, that's back in the days of VHS tapes. The last time I evaluated it. And now it's kind of like, and Catbird, you'll relate to this. What Snakes on the Plains does, where he kind of mixes video and photos, I think is really working for him. I've seen it work for other creators. It's something I would like to do, but seeing as though 9 out of 10, like on the other night's live when I had Nathan on, and we were talking about, you know, it's hard to work the hook, work one camera. Think about 2 video cameras, which oftentimes I do. You know, I use like an iPhone and then I use like a Sony camcorder. And then I'm also trying to control a venomous snake, you know, trying to keep it, you know, out of the road and keep myself from getting run over. It's just kind of a little challenging. And I think his channel's really going to blow up over the next couple of years. He needs to get a little more consistent content out. Me and him have had that talk before, and he's just been so busy with life lately that he hasn't got a chance to get out much. And you know, I kind of feel for him. Of course, you know, nothing's going on right now anyway down here other than like birding stuff and you know, mammal stuff. Yeah. Exactly, Chris. Guys, no offense. I don't want you to think I'm coming down on any of you because I love everybody that's in my chat. You guys are some of my favorite people. But let's watch certain topics in the chat because I don't need this getting flagged. I don't need this channel disappearing. Message me on Instagram at Wagner County Snake Hunter if you need more info on what I'm talking about. Exactly, Ariel. And sometimes my secondary camera has saved an entire photo shoot or an entire herping trip. But then what I'm filming can kill you. It moves and it's unpredictable. And if you want it to move to the left, because like you're trying to get this angle off the right-hand side and you've got your secondary camera set up on a little tripod, you know, the snake is going to go backwards, or he's going to go further to the right. And so it's just a matter of using the snake hook and knowing what you're doing. But to get really good photos, to me takes more concentration than video. Sue, Bo, man, guys, don't apologize. Just kind of understand what we're dealing with. I will go on a rant for a minute. I got a guy I grew up with. We're not real close or anything. And he's like, man, I just got out of Facebook jail again. And I'm just like, dude, you go into Facebook jail so often that I really wish they would just ban you entirely from the platform, because and if he sees this, big deal, unfriend me, kiss my butt, don't ever call me again. It's fine. But the guy posts stuff. Cool, Ariel, that's cool. No worries at all. But the guy consistently posts stuff that he knows is going to get flagged. And it's just like, dude, why not go to Parler or MeWe or some other platform? And I'm on some of the other platforms. I honestly, I kind of really like the other platforms better than like Facebook. Instagram works out pretty well because I don't know, for me it's easier to just dodge the drama. On their reptile groups, be them either captive keeping stuff or field herping stuff, can be just insanely rife with drama on on almost any topic. And it's just kind of like, it's just kind of funny because you know, I just really don't want to mess with it. It's kind of like, it's like if I want to deal with drama, about the only place I'm going to deal with it is YouTube, because you know, the numbers only affect me on YouTube. I don't want the most Instagram followers. If you post stuff that I'm not interested in Instagram, I won't say I'll unfollow you, but I just, you know, won't make it a point to get by your page. Like Ariel is a good example. Ariel, I'm going to pick on you for a minute, so stick with me on this, Ariel. You're one of my favorite people. Like, I'm not a cook. I enjoy watching some cooking videos, seeing how it's done, but like, my wife is the cook in this house. She calls it her kitchen. You stay out of it. Okay. And I get that. But it's like, what you do and stuff, I still, you know, find value in and am entertained by. I enjoy your videos, your presentations, and stuff like that. It's kind of like, if it wasn't for the communication factor of Instagram, you know, I don't know how much I would be on it, you know, if we couldn't message through it. Because I'm constantly cutting down my Facebook page. This time 2 years ago, I had about 750, 800 friends, somewhere in there on Facebook. A lot of them were reptile people that just added me because I was a reptile person. never liked, never engaged, never commented, or if they commented something stupid that like I didn't want the 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 rest of my audience on Facebook to read and think I hang out with this person. So I've just kind of got to where I've like really scaled down my Facebook. I got like less than 500 friends today. And about every other day, I'm going through and saying, look, who do I really not want to have on Facebook? I mean, no offense to them, but it's just, you don't ever like any of my posts. I don't ever see any of yours. Why are we friends on Facebook? And the fact that everyone has become so, like I said, vicious, nasty, and drama filled, it's just, I remember when Facebook first came out, it was actually fun. Now, little known fact about me. Boa man, believe me, if I didn't have certain things in my memories that I want to pop up every year, I'd be right there with you. And I agree, Arturo, vipers can be dangerous. Oh, exactly, Ariel. But it's like me and you are two people with like really different interests and really different end goals for our videos, but yet we enjoy each other's videos, and that's kind of what makes it a fun thing. But yeah, I hear you, Chris. Definitely. Um, and once again, I back up everything on Facebook. I had a friend who has had a Facebook since like 2005 or 2006, and he knew better than to leave just all his pictures of his family and stuff out there without backing it up. But he was lazy and he didn't back it up. He posted one thing that had to do with the current health situation. I never saw the post. I never knew what it was. I'm sure it was something sarcastic because that's the kind of guy he was. They deleted his account. He's tried to appeal it. They've never got back to him. And he's just like, I had dozens of memories stored there. And it's like, yeah, that's why you've got to back that stuff up almost monthly if you upload a lot to it. Now, like anymore, things I used to upload to Facebook, now I just airdrop to my computer, save them out there, and if I want to come back and revisit them later, then I will. If I want to upload them to Facebook or Instagram later, I will. But but it's just kind of like, I'm sure I've got a lot of people who follow me that I don't agree with or don't see eye to eye on something about someone. Like, I don't believe in free handling venomous snakes. If you want to do it, knock yourself out. I think you're stupid. I think it's stupid. I think free handling venomous snakes just invites trouble. I'm not going to say it's killing a hobby. To me, this has never been a hobby. It's been more of a lifestyle. You sink your vacation time to when snakes move the most. I mean, and I could just as easily be taking a cruise through the Bahamas, but exactly, Sue. I see it that way. And some of these people with hundreds of thousands of followers and do all this free handling, I don't know why you need to broadcast that on social media other than your ego and to gain followers, which I could do some fake snakebite type videos that could get 1 million views easily and make myself some money. I know how to create clickbait. This ties back to that point I veered off from a little while ago. But I got a post from another friend earlier today. He was asking, what do the initials WTF stand for? And or what else can it stand for besides the obvious meaning, which we all know is adult language. I don't want to get into that here. But it brought back the memory of how me and him met. I actually, back when there was this thing called MySpace, there was a Christian MySpace called hisholyspace.com. Now, I am not the best example of a Southern Baptist. Trust me, I'm not. But at one time, I really put a lot of work into that website. Later on, the owner would come to have a problem with both me and him, and they booted me and him and then another gentleman that worked on that website. I did a lot of work on that website when I was in college. I didn't make hardly any money. I made some, and it was enjoyable work. You go through, scan profiles, you look for a lot of things, and you just kind of, kick it into the admin chat room if there's a problem. Right, Ariel. And the thing of it is there's so many other sites out there that I think are just as good or better, but not everybody is going and abandoning them and using them. And that's why Parler, like, it blew up like a year and a half ago or something. And I'd had it for like 3 years at that point. But I was like a verified user. I'd put a lot of work into it. And then it's just everything goes away overnight because of all the, I want to say, political stupidity. Remember Friendster? I never used it, Ariel, but I remember it. I remember the old MSN chat rooms and AOL chat rooms, like in the late 90s, when and even before that, I remember the old bulletin board systems where you had to like type in this long website address, and then you would go to this BBS site, and like you would have to leave a message for or on a topic, and then you'd have to go through all these different hoops to post it. And MSN, like, they had chat rooms in each state in the United States. And like in Oklahoma, all these people would get together and party. It's like, people would meet in Oklahoma City and then they'd meet in Tulsa the next weekend, and they'd go back and forth. And it was just one great big party. And it was really, everybody thought chat rooms were for internet geeks, but it was kind of interesting. Some of the internet geeks that, we got crazy with, drank a lot of booze and stuff like that, did some drugs, things you do when you're young and dumb. That was over 20 years ago, so, it is what it is. Good point, Sue, about the hognose. Yeah, I like Telegram too. It took up too much space on my phone, so I kind of had to get rid of it. Discord is one that I use for certain groups, for certain purposes. So if I go to Discord, I'm kind of there for that kind of, topic or whatever that, you can't probably talk about on Facebook, or you shouldn't, or you can't even debate it. I mean, no matter what side you are, it's like, it's not going to matter. You're just going to get yourself in trouble. And once again, I've backed up my my dad's account, who he passed away 2 years ago, and I backed up his account, and I backed up all the things that were like memories and stuff for me, because I know that Facebook, like your YouTube, it can be gone at any moment. it doesn't matter. But it's you got to realize the futility of it all. Like, a lot of people push me to do feeding videos. I like feeding videos. I enjoy them. It's nothing that really, I mean, I've seen a dozen snakes eat a dozen mice a dozen times 50. It doesn't doesn't matter. But anyway, I realized that, like, my YouTube channel, either one of them could be gone like that. And they don't care. It doesn't cost them any money. If it does cost them money, it's because your channel was popular. But what I found is the channels that are generally popular almost never get the axe. That's kind of the thing. And so that kind of bums me out. But neither here nor there. Outdoors with Big Matt, thank you for stopping by. I got by a couple of your lives today, man. You're killing it on the lives. And you've got some interesting guests and some interesting things, Matt. So keep doing what you're doing. I like it. Yeah, Discord can be very useful, Arturo. A lot of times it seems like YouTube. Now, Rumble's kind of a good alternative to YouTube. But if you have something controversial, it's like people upload it on YouTube, then it takes off, and then it gets like banned or something or removed, and then it's like people upload it under a different name from a different computer, and it takes off again, and it's amazing. Well, Catbird, I can see even more than that. Noah Fields, I'm actually a fan of his channel. I remember when the guy had like 800, 900 subscribers. He had not hit it big. And one of his videos he did in Oklahoma with some people that I know and I've herped with, and I don't really herp with them today. I've kind of, they're not a bad group. I just don't really go out of my way to hook up with them. I got my own people I hook up with. But like, I've got a friend who's got about 100,000 more subs than Noah. And recently, several of his videos got demonetized. And I mean, he was bringing in 15 to 20K a month, average. The guy was closing in on 300,000 subs, and once again, he had to remove a lot of videos, and I kind of know from monetizing my own channel with the Roundup Rodeo situation that, like, that one video that like really took off, pushed me over the watch hours, pushed me over the sub count, and started making a lot of money, and was initially approved by YouTube. Later on, people started reporting it and flagging it, and now they removed the ads from it. And so I know you're not really supposed to talk about this kind of stuff on here, but let's say that channel was making me hundreds of dollars a month, and it did for a couple, 2-3 months, and now it's like making me $3 a month, $7 a month. And I don't have like the most enormous amount of traffic over there, but you just gotta put these things together and realize that we're not in a really marketable genre. But like I said, that one buddy, I don't want to bring attention to his name because I just don't want to drag his name out there because I think he's took it really hard because he had videos that were 10, 15 million view videos. And he had to remove those to get his monetization back. Tried to get a hold of people at YouTube, was horrible, didn't work. And so I don't really want to turn this into a bash YouTube session, although we can always do that. But there's no real guarantees with YouTube. There's no real guarantees with most of these platforms. My wife's niece just monetized her TikTok account, and she does a lot of modeling and stuff. And she's one of the people that I'm working with as far as like different photos and things. Like I practice on her, email her the pictures, stuff like that. She's real good about that kind of stuff. Because honestly, like as much as I like snakes and want to continue doing snake photography and snake video, you also kind of have to put it together that, certain things are more marketable than others. And then a lot of people's YouTube channels, it seems like in the field herping genre, really grow based on photographs. People will post a photograph on North American Field Herping Association or Wild Snakes Education Discussion on Facebook, and then put a link to the video in the description of the photograph. It seems to get people a lot of attention. And photography is a cool thing anyway. My problem is I'm creative. YouTube kills your creativity. YouTube finds you this niche audience and says, okay, you go do this one thing for this niche audience. And it's like Ariel. Ariel does cooking videos. She does lives. If Ariel starts taking apart a car engine, that video is going to get, no offense, Ariel, and maybe you're a great mechanic and we've just never had that conversation. But if you start taking apart a car engine and made a video of it, it would get like a fraction of what your regular videos get viewed as. And to me, it throws off your suggestions and things like that. Yeah. And, it's just kind of like YouTube says do this. And I'm like, yeah, but I want to make an aerial video. And yeah, I want to make snake videos. But I can't make snake videos in the winter very well. Unless I get into captive stuff or go to the zoo or something. So, I'm messing around with drones. I'm doing a channel for my dog. Stuff like that. And because everything's so niched, like I follow the drone channels that I follow for my drone channel. I don't follow many dog channels. That's just more of a channel for me to document the life of my dog. But if I were to follow another dog channel, I'd probably follow it from my dog channel. And then I've got two snake channels, which I didn't mean for it to wind up like that, but, but you do. Good job, Sue. Arturo, I found actually the opposite. I found that when I tried to do a multifaceted channel, that like no one really tuned into it. I know some people that do dual niche channels, like Lou B747. He does like field herping stuff, and then he does aeronautical stuff. And I think the only reason it really works for him is because he's had a couple of videos go pretty heavy viral. I mean, if you do, 3 or 4 different topics, if you do like technology, then you do dogs, and then you do nature, I don't see that channel being real successful. I honestly really don't. Now, if it's working for you, I mean, by all means, keep doing it, and best of luck. But I just don't see it. Don't really see it working out well. Once again, could it? Yeah, possibly, yeah. But I just and once again, now if you're doing an opinion channel or like a news type channel, or you're commenting on news, I definitely can see how that would be, because like you tie into that main topic of news. And right, Sue, and it's like, and I release a video at night, and I get like this whole string of supporters that I get this whole string of supporters that I know, that I recognize, but I don't see if I do a morning launch. So that's kind of a bit of a headache and a bit of a pain. Gosh, the bots are getting desperate tonight if they're hitting me. Yeah, exactly, Arturo. That's why I have 4 channels. One is monetized. The other, which is this channel, is getting close to monetization. The other 2, I don't even care about whether they get monetized or not. A friend of mine who has a drone channel, he does drones, technology, and vlogs. And it really kind of works out for him. But I said, dude, you got 50, 60,000 subs. Why are you not monetized? Hey, Chris, see you later, man. Thank you for stopping by. I understand. Hit me up soon, dude. We'll talk. And he was telling me that the music he likes to use is not like YouTube approved, but I mean, he can get away with putting it on there, but he can't monetize with it. And that's like really the stuff he wants. And then he's like, I get so much other stuff from having a really popular channel. Like he does, wedding photography. People hire him to do drone mapping and drone photography. He has all these things spurring off of, just having a popular channel. And then a lot of people, a lot of smaller product companies send him things and say, hey, we'll send this to you for free if you'll do a review video on it, because we know we will sell some if you do a review video on it. So recently he got this handheld underwater device for a GoPro. And GoPros are, most of the newer ones are waterproof anyway. But what this one does is it's like a clear plastic ball, and you stick the handle on a GoPro, or you stick a GoPro on a GoPro type tripod type device, put it in the plastic ball, and then you use it when you're in a water, like a swimming pool or a creek, and you get this like eye level kind of bubble shot of, below the water and above the water. Really neat little device. And once again, they mailed him one for free, just, hey, if you'll do a review on it. His DJI drone videos really seem to be his heavy marketing tool. I do know that he does a lot of agriculture work and things like that. He lives in a pretty rural area, but he does a lot of that kind of stuff. And checking like 20 acres of crops for damage and stuff, and He's just real sharp. But once again, I think his YouTube channel is just, I don't care if I make money. That way I can do what I want. And then I just push out all this stuff and you have, you know, all these things fall into place. And so it works for him. But anyway, neither here nor there. I'm probably going to get off here in a second and airdrop some video to my computer, because I've got videos uploaded for the next couple of weeks to Roundup Radio. I appreciate all the support I'm getting over there from you guys. Love you guys for it. And I appreciate you guys helping me keep that thing growing while it's at the level it is. Arturo, I agree. I love goats. I love goats, and I actually like llamas, although I like goats a little more. I'd take a goat over almost anything. I'll say that. But, gang, I just wanted to check in tonight, jump on, be on for a bit. I'm going to get out of here pretty quick. I'm probably going to be editing video here in a little bit. If you want to talk, text me or message me on Instagram. And I'll be around. I've had a little problem. I've had some problems with my voice this week. It's starting to go out on me kind of earlier. Normally I'm good for like an, hour and a half or so. 2 hours if I get a guest, which, is rare, but does happen. But thank you all for stopping by. Catbird, thank you. Arturo, thank you. Metal Mama Sue, thank you. Ariel, always thank you. Ariel, you know how much I love you. Should be no question. Outdoors with Big Matt, thank you. Really enjoying your channel. Get by Outdoors with Big Matt. Check him out. He does some stuff that's pretty cool. Boa Man, always... Dude, Boa Man, I feel like we're old friends, dude. I was watching your videos years ago. Like 10 years ago. Like I found you, Boa Man, around 2010, 2011. Somewhere in there. I remember you getting it into it with people on YouTube, and I don't want to dig up something that's, maybe wasn't a good time, but I remember your early channels, Boa Man, and I'm glad we're still talking. I'm glad we're still in touch. But anyway, Eric, Benji, yeah. Guys, thank you guys for stopping by. Just rolling out a quick live. Gary Kelshaw, thank you for stopping by. Voice is starting to crack, so gang, I'm going to kill it. You guys have a good evening, and thank you for watching. Bye.